some people, I think some people run 3 with 2 Necro Valleys. I run 3 with 3 Necro Valleys. I just think that you can't miss out on the chance to get Necro Valley to speed it up. Also 2100 beater. Alright, so 3 Descendants. Pretty obvious. The main monster of this deck, pretty much. He's a 2000 beater with Necro Valley and can pop anything that's bothering you. I run 2 Assailants. This card's really good in certain situations, and even if you don't really need his effect, he's still a pretty good beater. Also searchable through this guy, who searches out a lot of the deck, Gravekeeper's Recruiter. The only ones you can't get are Spy, and I run Guard, so you can't get Spy or Guard. But pretty much, with this guy's effect, not only is it very, very good, you can like summon him, pop, and then get another one to your hands for like targets for like a like a chain with Descendant kind of thing. I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of, but anyways, also you can get Commanded to your hand, which is pretty much like getting Necro Valley to your hand if you need it. So I think that's an amazing bonus. Speeds up this deck. Alright, Spy times 3. Pretty obvious. This guy's what scares people because he's instant Descendant with a target if they can't get over him, and even if they do get over him, he's still summoned. So that's pretty good. And then I do run 2 Guards. I think this card's really, really good in this deck. You know, it's another bait for like, oh, it's got to be Spy, or it's got to be what was it? This Recruiter. It's got to be, but it's actually not. It's actually a Guard, and it's gonna bounce their monster with high defense. Also, really good against synchros and stuff like that. All right, on to the spell lineup. Necro Valley, just pretty much the most, well, probably the best field spell I've ever seen. It's like so anti-meta and pretty much only helps you. So I think that's amazing, and so easy to get out. Alright, Royal Tribute, the most broken card of the deck. First turn Royal Tribute gives you such an advantage if they have a lot of monsters, which they usually do, unless you're running into Gravekeepers. But like Quick Draw, Black Wings with high monsters, this really gets them. Frog Monarchs example. This card's amazing. Pretty much if you get it first turn, you have a good chance of winning the duel. Let's just say that. But it can't really hurt you unless you need a monster. But the way this deck runs, it doesn't really hurt you at all. So even if you draw late game, it can really help you out a lot. So that's good. Steal. It makes you worry less about tributing because you can eventually get the targets back. And also this can help you top deck, because you can actually top deck this, return a Spy and a Descendant, and then you can get Necro Valley with a Spy on the field. That's pretty good. Allure, just draw power that's needed because I don't run Duality, and I don't plan on running Duality. 3 Book of Moons, just amazing card this format, so versatile and very good. Okay, I only run 1 MST. I don't think you need any more. Trunade. This one I want to talk about a little bit, because this helps you set up your plays. Because what you'll notice is a lot of my text and just the way I run it, I base it off of control. It's kind of like you control the field with this deck so much by locking down the graveyard and with hand control, that Trunade kind of clears the field and lets you get set up. At least that's how I mainly use it. But yeah, Trunade's very good. Dark Hole. And then this is my super secret tech. Heatwave. Now I know you guys probably don't think much of this card. I've seen it covered a little bit, but people obviously compare it to Cold Wave, which is its opposite. But it's actually not as bad as people may think. This card, like I said, is a control card, and it's worked very well for me so far. That's why I'm showing you a deck profile with it in it, because I'll give you an example of how you can run it after I show you the deck. Let's see, 2 Solemn Warnings, just because it's so good. Solemn Judgment, stop the big plays. Bottomless, I'm down to 1 right now. I don't think you need 2 this format. Torrential, this is really a game changer. I don't think people should take it out yet. Mirror Force, and then like I said, going more into the hand control portion of this deck, I main deck a Trap Dust Shoot. Obviously, it's great first turn. One way you could use it is if you draw it first turn and you have the option to Royal Tribute, you can Dust Shoot their turn and see if it's even worth tributing. For example, you don't want to waste a tribute on one monster, obviously. So, also, just Dust Shoot's a pretty good card overall. I've never liked it, but I just really think this is a deck that it actually works very well in. Alright, so a quick overview of the deck. So, like I said, I think Gravekeepers are really amazing in this format. And I'm also going to show you how to run Heatwave in here right now. Now I've been running Heatwave since I built this deck, like maybe, I don't know, last week. I completed it. And like I said, it's been working very, very good. In case you don't know, Heatwave is, this card can only be activated at the beginning of main phase 1, which is like Cold Wave. So it has to be the first card you activate, which isn't that bad actually. Alright, and then neither player can normal summon an effect monster. Whoops. Normal or special summon an effect monster until your next draw phase. So pretty much until your next turn. The way I like to use it. Okay, let's just give the best scenario. Say you have this on the field. Or I'm sorry, in your hand. These 4 cards are pretty much the best scenario you could use Heatwave in. Because what you do is you activate Heatwave first, obviously, because you have to. And then you can set your spy, because it only says normal or special summoning. So you got to remember that your opponent can still set, and your opponent can still flip summon. Okay? So then you got these 2 left in your hand. So your opponent can only set next turn, since they don't have any monsters. This is first turn, remind you. So play Necro Valley, play Royal Tribute, discard all their monsters. So pretty much you're gonna have 2 monsters next turn for sure, unless they top deck something or they have something in their hand. But I mean, what are the odds of that? They would have to have like a cross out or something. So say they draw a monster or a card like Monster Reborn, they can't use it. It's pretty much a dead draw, at least for the turn. So your next turn, or say they set a Mirror Force, you can spy, get Descendant, pop, and pop back row, and you're already in control. You got a turn on them of control. So I think it works pretty good in this deck. It can also stop really big plays from your opponent, and allow you extra turns. Or if they don't, the ideal scenario to play it in is if when your opponent has no monsters. But it can also stop them from swarming too. So that's just my tech. I'll continue testing out this deck. I really think that Gravekeepers have a lot of potential. Alright you guys, so thanks for watching. Remember to rate, comment, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thanks a lot once again for bringing me to 2,000 subscribers. Like I said, I'll apply for partnership at 2,500, so I know you guys can make that happen. Please do. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Laters.